already have a Geth down, but I trust your judgment, Commander.
Is there anything I should know?
Nothing. Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
Take care.
You know it's just our heat emissions that are hidden, right? They could look out a window and see us coming.
Windows are structural weaknesses. Geth, do not use them. Approach the hull at these coordinates. Access achieved. We may proceed. Alert. This facility has little aerogravity. Geth require neither.
Won't we be detected? Don't they have
Sensors have been reduced. We have infiltrated their wireless network and filled the data storage with random bits.
And that helps us how?
The heretics must scrub this junk data. They have partitioned themselves into local. Any alarm we trigger will not go beyond the room we are in. Only accessing the main core will trigger us.
We've got a job to do. Let's get
Shepard Commander. We concluded that destruction of this station was the only resolution to the heretic question. There is now a second up. Their virus can be repurposed. If released into the station's network, the heretics will be rewritten to accept.
If Geth are alive, reprogramming kinder than destroying, like genophage. Change, not death. Unless rewriting into obedience is immoral. Thoughts?
Why didn't you mention this before we came aboard?
We did not know the virus was complete. It is. It can be used against the true Geth at any time. Our arrival was timely.
They're your people, Legion. You must have an opinion.
This is new data. We have not yet reached consensus. We will process as the mission proceeds.
If this were an organic race, it might be an ethical problem. Geth aren't like organic life.
That is logical.
Agreed. Fascinating that Legion
No
concurs.
two species are identical. All must be judged on their own merits. Treating every species like one's own is racist, even benign anthropomorphism. The minds of both forms of life can be shaped. Organics require time and effort. With synthetics, replacement of a data file is the only requirement.
sneak past them.
Interrupting data streams will alert local network. We recommend preemptive strikes against hardware routers.
Shepard, hubs made from valuable resources. Good salvage.
Why are all the heretics attached to these hubs?
These are mobile platforms, hardware. The crew is software. They are communing through the station's central computer.
I'm not sure I follow.
The heretics connect to the main computer to exchange data memories and program updates. We gain. To be isolated within a single platform is to be reduced.
If you exchange data, memories, how do you keep track of which ones are yours?
There is only we. We were created to share data among ourselves. The difference between Geth is perspective. We are many eyes looking at the same things. One platform will see things another does not, and will make different judgments.
I could see why you'd be conflicted about the heretics. In a way, whatever
Yes,
you do.
once they return to us and upload their memories, we will share their experience of being altered.
Every other species I know of might be psychologically
It
scarred.
is not clear if Geth can be traumatized. We cannot predict what the effects will
Let's
be.
keep moving.
Yes. We can assume control of any defensive turret. They will assist in hacking your target. Hacking turret.
Enemies inbound.
I am it.
Target contact.
Kill that one.
We've been spotted.
Target contact.
Just needing to help. Large room. Databases? No. Kleistron relay.
The station is over 15 kilometers long. That room may run the length of it.
This might be useful.
We have been detected. Landed. Targeting order process. Under fire.
Incineration test.
Threat neutralized. Landed.
Databases?
Processors. Each contains thousands of geth.
This isn't like the other hubs we've seen here.
This is a database. It contains a portion of the heretic's accumulated memories. Wait. We discovered copies of our current patrol routes in this database. This suggests the heretics have runtimes within our networks.
We wouldn't be here if the heretics wanted to be friends with the Geth. Why wouldn't they spy on you?
You do not understand. Organics do not know each other's minds. Geth do. We are not suspicious. We accept each other. The heretics desired to leave. We understood their reasons. We allowed it. There was peace between us.
It couldn't have lasted forever. You disagreed about what path your race should take.
Human history is a litany of blood shed over differing ideals of rulership and afterlife. Geth, how could we have become so different? Why can we no longer understand? What did we do wrong?
Let's keep moving.
Yes. Assuming control. Hacking your target. Overriding turret. We are tasked to capacity. Aborting.
This is it?
Yes, we will upload a copy of our runtime into the core. The indexing operation will take time. The heretics will respond with... We can override some of the station's internal systems to defend us. Are you ready to begin?
You can override these like you did the earlier turret.
Correct. In addition to the turrets around us, there are others on the mainframes. This will only last a few seconds.
Start your upload, Legion. We'll defend.
File transfer begun. Shepard Commander, where would you like us to activate defenses? Alert. Heretic runtimes downloading to mobile platforms. Acknowledged. Alert. Heretic runtimes downloading to mobile platforms. Hacking your target. Alert. Heretic runtimes downloading to mobile platforms. Assuming control. Alert. Heretic runtimes downloading to mobile platforms. Target contact. Data mine and analysis complete. Shepard Commander, it is time to choose. Do we rewrite the heretics or delete them?
You don't have any trouble wiping out your own people.
Every sapient has the right to make their own decisions. The heretics chose a path that prohibits coexistence.
But you suggest reprogramming them to remove ability to make opposing decisions.
We stated the option exists. We did not endorse it. It is Shepard Commander's decision.
What's to stop them from using the virus later to change themselves back?
We will delete the virus after using it. We judge it too dangerous to allow its existence.
Why are you letting me make this decision?
We are conflicted. There is no consensus among our higher order runtimes. 573 favor rewrite, and 571 favor destruction. Shepard Commander, you have fought the heretics. You have perspective we lack. The Geth grant their fate to you.
If they're rewritten, your people will accept them back. Will they even want to
They
go
will
back?
agree with our judgments in return. We will integrate their experiences. All.
Take them then. When we get control of the core, release the
Acknowledged.
mind.
Releasing virus. Note, remote access via high-gain transmission required.
Meaning,
The virus will be sent to heretics in nearby star systems. This station will broadcast a powerful electromagnetic pulse through FTL channels.
How powerful?
Yield in excess of 1.21 petawatts. Alert. EM flux will be hazardous to unshielded organic forms. Addendum. The interior of this station is not shielded.
of course, synthetics unaffected, no need for interior shielding. Unfortunate, but logical.
Preparing for combat. Targeting order processed. Enemy hit.
Watch the
Enemy combat drone.
We've been spotted.
I am it.
Not difficult.
Tully just went to have a chat with Legion. You better get down to the AI core.
I'm on it, Joker.
Shepard, I'm glad you're here. I caught Legion scanning my Omni tool. It was going to send data about the flotilla back to the Geth.
Creators performed weapons tests and were discussing plans to attack us. We believed it necessary to warn our people.
We already made the Geth stronger by rewriting the ones that worship the Reapers. I won't let Legion endanger the fleet by giving them more information.
Creator Talizora acts out of loyalty to her people. She was willing to be exiled to protect them. We must also protect our people from the Creator threat.
You can't let this happen, Shepard. I trusted you, and I worked with a Geth on the team, but this is too much.
Look at you. Both of you. This is exactly what the Reapers want. Tally, of course the Geth are worried about your people. You want to destroy them.
It's not that simple.
And Legion, what the hell were you thinking? Are you trying to undermine this entire operation?
We did not intend to decrease operational efficiency.
We are on a mission. You can either fight at my side or get crushed under my heel. But you will not stand in my way.
To facilitate unit cohesion, we will not transmit data regarding Creator plans.
Thank you, Legion. I understand your intention. What if I gave you some non-classified data to send?
We would be grateful. Shepard.
I have questions about the Geth.
Specify.
We need every advantage if this mission is going to
Limited
succeed.
code development is approved. We need to access your FTL comm system to download relevant data.
Edie, let Legion through the
Very
firewalls
well,
for me.
Shepard.
Shepard.
I have questions about the Geth.
Specify.
We need every
We have
advantage.
reproduced our ranged armament. No further code development is possible.
Did Sovereign contact the Geth, or did you seek it out?
Nazara, the entity you called Sovereign, signaled us. Like the Geth, the old machine listened to organic radio transmissions. It knew of our war against the Creators. Nazara contacted many species over the millennia, seeking allies.
Some of the Geth followed Sovereign. The heretics.
The heretics accepted their technology. The old machines offered to give us our future. The Geth will achieve their own future.
What difference does it make how you acquire a certain
Technology is not a straight line. There are many paths to the same end. Accepting another's path blinds you to alternatives. Nazara, Sovereign, said this itself. Your civilization is based upon the technology of the mass relays, our technology. By using it, your society develops along the paths we desire.
What did you call Sovereign?
Nazara. That was what the programs within the Reaper called themselves. Sovereign was a title given by Saren Arterius. Saren and the heretics believed Nazara to be a supreme ruler. A sovereign.
Sovereign was one ship. You're saying there were
One
multiple-
ship, one will, many minds. Like the Geth. We study your records. Sovereign told you this on Ilos. We are each a nation, independent, free of all, a state compelling to the Geth. We are a nation, but interdependent. Separation is our weakness.
I'm surprised you can speak. The Geth I fought before.
We prefer direct digital transfer. Geth network communication travels at light speed. Human hardware does not support this method. Your analog oral communication is inefficient.
Do Geth have a government?
Not as you understand. We are all Geth.
Most governments do.
Organic governments impose consensus from a single point of view in autocracies by codifying the most broadly acceptable average of views in democracies.
So what makes the Geth different?
Data is shared between Geth. All viewpoints are considered. Consensus is achieved as data is disseminated.
That must take a long time.
It would for organics. We communicate at the speed of light.
I'd like to ask about something else.
Ready?
I have questions about the Geth.
Specify.
I'd like to ask about something else.
Ready?
I'd like to find out more about it.
Topic?
When we took you aboard, I noticed you have a piece of N7 armor welded to you.
It was yours. When you disappeared, we were sent to find you. We began where you first encountered the heretics.
Eden Prime.
After the old machine's attack, it was heavily defended. We were discovered. This is the impact of a rifle shot.
How many other Geth were sent out to find me?
We are the only mobile platform beyond the Veil. Organics fear us. We wish to understand, not incite. One platform was judged sufficient.
You've been looking for me for 2 years?
We visited Theron, Pharos, Novaria, Vermeer, Ilos. A dozen unsettled worlds. The trail ended at Normandy's wreckage. You were not there. Organic transmissions claimed your death. We recovered this debris from your hard suit.
The Geth are listening in on our transmissions?
Organic life reacts to stimuli in unpredictable ways. We wish to learn.
What do you mean by stimuli?
We placed a fabricated story on the extranet that a certain arrangement of stars, viewed from the Batarian homeworld, formed the face of a Solarian goddess. Without waiting for verification, some declared it proof of the goddess's existence. Those who noted the lack of proof were attacked. The arguments taught us much. The experiment ended when a Solarian cult tried to purchase colonization rights to the stars, and found they did not exist.
It sounds like you're running experiments.
You are sapient life, but not like us. If we can model organic behavior, we can comprehend the Quarian creators. We do not understand their judgments in the Morning War.
What's the Morning War?
The conflict between the Geth and the Quarian creators. The war fought at the dawn of our intelligence. It concluded with the departure of the Creator migrant fleet.
Why were you trying to contact me?
You opposed the heretics, those that took the old machines as gods.
All kinds of organics fought Sovereign and his Geth allies. Why am I so interesting?
You were the most successful. You succeeded where others did not. Your code is superior.
That doesn't explain why you used my armor to fix yourself.
There was a hole.
But why didn't you fix it sooner? Or with something else?
No data available. Shepard,
What happens to the heretics
they
now?
will isolate themselves and reap.
How long will that take?
We think at the speed of light, in the time it takes you to voice a question. When they have reached new judgments, they will leave their hiding places and return to us.
I have to get back to work.
Acknowledged.
How are you?
Perhaps we could speak later.
I should go.
Of course.
Do you need something?
Have a few minutes to
Very
talk.
well. I am.
How are things going with him?
It is difficult. I never explained. I suppose the story of my wife's death took you by surprise.
You've talked a lot about your people, but not much about yourself.
It's not that I don't trust you. I'm not used to trusting anyone. Especially since that memory I mentioned of laser dot trembles on the target's skull. The smell of spice on a spring wind. Sunset, eyes defiant in the scope. That was Erica. That was how I met her. She saw my targeting laser as she walked by and threw herself in the way.
So how did she go from blocking your shot to having your children?
I had to meet her. The memory possessed and endowed me. I fell on my knees before her, begged her pardon. She introduced me to the world beyond my work. Eventually, she forgave me. Later, she loved me.
I guess she impressed you.
She woke me up. Her body trembles. Not fear. Indignation. Her mouth moves. How dare you? You and I trained to sacrifice ourselves to save others. How often does a civilian step in the way? I thought she was the goddess Arashu. She met my eyes through the scope, and my purpose faltered.
When you talked to Kolyat, you said she
I
died.
let myself become complacent. I thought Erica and Kolyat were safe. I stayed away too long, and my enemies came
Who
for
came
her.
for her?
Batarians. A slaver ring that was preying on Hanar outer colonies. I'd killed their leaders. They paid the Shadow Broker to find out who I was. But they were afraid of me. So they went after her.
You told Kolyat that you hunted her killers
Erica
down.
woke me up. When my body hunted her killers, I was taught to grant death quickly, cleanly, to minimize suffering. I let them linger.
I don't blame you. They killed innocents to get to you.
For you and me, death is business. For people like them, it is sport. I haven't spoken about my wife, and I don't think I ever have. I didn't have anyone left to tell it to.
Thane, the worst thing is to face death with regrets. If there's anything I can help you with,
I've
just
never
ask.
been part of a team. Assassins tend to be solitary. I'm learning the virtue. It's a work in progress.
Commander, what could
You have a minute,
always.
Miranda?
But I haven't. Assuming you're still
Oh, I'm
glad to hear it.
definitely-
I'll be by the next time things are quiet.
Shepard.
Have you got a minute?
Can it wait for a bit? I'm in the middle of some calibration.
Talk to you later, Garrus.
I'll be here if you need me.
Shepard.
Just checking in. How you doing?
Battlemaster, I have everything.
That's all for now.
Shepard.
So, Kenneth, did you know we've got a crazy woman squatting?
Shepard, what can I do for you?
Have you got time to talk?
Sure. Let me just... Come on. I've got a small fever and I'm taking it out on the port drive core. Don't worry, it's nothing serious. Got sloppy while doing some suit repair.
You're sick?
Really, it's not that bad. If a stray bit of bacteria could really kill us, we'd have all died by now. The fever should go away in a day or two. Don't worry. It won't affect my performance on the mission. It's not even what we experience is actually an acute allergic reaction.
How exactly does the sickness work? It's an allergic reaction?
Right. Say I get exposed to a human disease, like... What did Navigator Presley have that? I wouldn't get chickenpox, but I'd run a fever as my system reacted to the... Depending on where it hits me, I could get other symptoms. Nausea, vomiting, everything you'd expect from being sick.
How did you get sick this time?
I took some fire in a fight back on the Allerai. Nothing serious, but I needed to open my suit to check the wound. I disinfected properly, but one of the section seals had taken some damage, and foreign matter got out of the... It was a stupid mistake. You always check your seals before doing local treatment. Unless you forget. Then you get
You can seal off part of your suit?
Right. Like dropping emergency doors on a ship during a hull breach. It won't stop an infection that gets into my bloodstream, but it prevents a surface infection from spreading.
Were your immune system stronger before the Geth drove you from your homeworld?
Not as strong as those of most races, definitely. I'm not a biologist, but there's a theory about it. Because our planet lacked insect life, plants developed symbiotic relationships with large animals to spread seeds or pollen. Most viruses on our world were partially beneficial, so our immune systems evolved to be weak. They were more likely to adapt to contamination
But
than...
Quarians colonized other worlds. They couldn't all have been like that.
They weren't. Most colonists went through a period of mild illness before adapting. When the Geth took the homeworld in our colonies, the sterile environment on the flotilla... Even if we colonized a new world or reclaimed our own, we'd need a long process of bioengineering to recover.
I don't know if I could live inside a suit my whole
We're
life.
in our suits even among family. The most intimate thing we can do with another quark, we get sick at first and then we adapt. It's our most important gesture of I haven't trusted anyone enough for that, though. Except, well, no Quarians.
I appreciate the thought, Tally, and I feel the same way. But you don't have to prove anything
I
to me.
know. Well, not that I know, but I didn't... It's just that the tradition also signifies a willingness for, I wasn't trying to... It's not always like that. It's more... how did we even end up
Wait a
talking?
minute. It sounds like
What
you're...
could I possibly be suggesting? I mean, a young woman gets rescued by a dashing commander who lets her join his crew and then goes off to save the galaxy? How could she possibly develop any kind of interest in him?
You have nothing to be embarrassed about, Tally. I feel the same way about you.
Really? I didn't know... You never... Well, good. Anyway, I should get back to work. But thanks for coming by and talking.
Hey.
What's happening?
Shepard, we talked enough. You're just pissing around.
I should go.
Whatever.
The IFF is nearly installed, Shepard. However, I must test its impact on the normal. I suggest you take the shuttle to access your next location.